Welcome to the 12 Days of Learning. This is the second day, and we will be exploring some field trips that students can engage in and teachers can utilize in this very stressful month of December. My name is Kelli Tremba, and I'm a professional development facilitator at IU21. The title of this session is Where in the World Can Your Class Go? And I have there in parentheses, where can't you go? Because there are many places available for students at this time. A couple of areas that I will be exploring and sharing with you are some virtual field trip banks, some websites that have nicely vetted and categorized field trips and put them all in one place. As in addition, explorations where students can interact and explore with places that they have yet to visit. And also there are some Skype opportunities that I would like to share with you as well. The first one is a virtual field trip bank that will really meet the needs of pre-K through 12. So I'm going to go live to this site and share some of the opportunities with you. So this has been published by a organization called Wide Open School. As you can see, there's a lot just on this landing page. There are student activities. We're going to focus today on the virtual field trip, so feel free to click around in this particular site. There are preschool opportunities, grades K to 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 8, 9 to 12. Some of those will overlap. However, it is nice that it offers the grade band. It offers you articles and ebooks, interactive sites, sites that are just offering videos of field trips, and then of course a website and an app. So I'm just going to leave it right now at all. And we are going to we'll just click around to a few of them. So for example, this one here is a virtual field trip to an animal shelter. And this actually is a video.
Hello and welcome to the virtual tour of the Front Street Animal Shelter. Today you'll learn all about what a shelter does, meet some of our animals, and find out how you can help. First, I have a question for you. What do you think a shelter does? Well, by the end of this tour, you'll know all about it. But I'm guessing, at least for now, you know that shelters take care of animals.
So obviously this is a video where students can explore what does actually happen at an animal shelter. I'm going to turn off the Christmas music just for a few moments while we watch some of these other videos. One that I really like is national parks, where you can navigate through the Google's Arts and Culture app, and you can start exploring the hidden worlds of national parks. So if I click on Start Exploring,
our national parks are wonderlands, amazing places to explore and discover. The beauty, it's obvious, but there's a hidden world you won't see on any map. To find that world, you need a guide. Park rangers know where to look, where to listen, where to climb, where to dive. Join them on an adventure to discover the parks in a completely new way. Come explore the hidden worlds of the national parks.
And after that introduction, you will be guided towards many of the parks that are going to have guided tours. So for example, if I clicked on this one, the Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico, it will share with you a woman who is a park ranger who will take you through the actual caverns. It is a recording. It is not live. You're not interacting with her. However, it is, she does talk to the audience. It's not a narrated kind of thing in that it's edited. She is talking right to the audience and sharing just as she would if you were doing a tour of that particular park. So you can see here that there are, this website offers many different varieties of field trips and opportunities for students to see things that they wouldn't normally be able to see. I'm going to go back and share with you the next website and collection that has been created for teachers and students. This one is called 25 plus amazing educational virtual field trips. And this is sponsored by this organization. We Are Teachers. You can see that there's classroom ideas, free printables, etc. This one is not as categorized as the other one. So this one here, you can see that there are videos. They're just, kind of random. Slime in Space, the zoo. I just do also want to point out that below each of these opportunities, so for example, this one says the zoo, but down here you'll see that there's an Atlanta Zoo and there's a San Diego Zoo. So hidden within these descriptions underneath many of these screenshots of a YouTube video or whatever kind of video it is, there are some other links. So be sure to, check out all of the links, not just the ones that are being shown here in the screenshot. So you can see that they are categorized in, planetarium, volcanoes, nature lab, but they're just fairly random in that, there are many geographical places, but then also we have museums and, what does the US Census Bureau do? Again, museums, birthplace of music. So there's also places as well. So, a nice one to check out in addition to the last. This one I also really like. This one is actually from Good Housekeeping magazine. So this is great for, kids as well that are in school as well as at home. The caption underneath there says kids can go from Ellis Island to Mars without leaving the couch. This one is really nice because it is categorized. So you will see the category of museums, and you can see that there's museums not only in the United States, but also in Britain and France. Also, with various different interests, there's baseball, there's art, there's computing, there's national history. Of course, the Vatican Museum in Italy. There are farms. This one in particular, Bright Farms, is one that I watched, and it shares with students the experience of starting plants at a very, primary level of planting the seeds and into these trays, and it goes through all of the germination and the actual growing and then the harvesting and then the packaging, so students would get to see farming from the beginning to the very end. There are landmarks of interest. And of course, these are tours of each of the areas, each of the buildings. We have zoos and aquariums again, and then there's even more fun. So at the end here, we share, some of the other ones that are not necessarily categorized or fall into any of the other categories. But here we have the world's largest ave situated in Vietnam. And you can hear the water as it runs over the rocks. Recycling Simplified, M&M's factory tour. So again, really cool videos and virtual tours that you can share with students over the holidays. little presents. And then I also wanted to share with you an interactive exploration kind of bank collection. So I'm going to click on this and just go into the SciArc website where students can do more. They can be rather than, passively sitting and watching videos and watching virtual tours, they can interact with places. So you can see here that this is a list of all of the different places, and this is like a 3D tour where they click arrows and they can navigate around all of these landmarks. I also want to make sure that I point out up here that if you click on collections in the right-hand corner, it will categorize them into places of worship, United States history, Native American heritage, ancient civilization, 20th century history, guided tours. Also up in the right-hand corner, I want to make sure that I point out, actually, I believe I'll have to go back to the main page, that there is a map. So not only can you look at it by collections, but you can also look at the map and you can zero in and click on something. So for example, in ancient Egypt, or in Egypt, I should say, there is here the Western Thebes French archaeological mission. They have partnered with this site in order to show the home of the Ramesseum, one of the world's most important surviving examples of ancient Egypt temple. And once you click into this and explore, students are able to work a 3D arrows to navigate around the actual site. So back on the main page, once again, there are, if you're looking at these, the collection in the Explore tab, you will be able to see the many different places that await your students. The last thing that I would like to share with you is there are some Skype in education opportunities. So this first Skype in the classroom opportunity is sponsored by Microsoft. I do want to point out that unfortunately Skype in the classroom, the website will no longer be supported after December 18th. At that time, I do believe it will be encouraging you to use Flipgrid. Within Flipgrid, there is a new feature where students can pair up with and they can connect with classrooms around the world. So I do believe that Microsoft is transitioning to that. Once on this particular website, Skype in the Classroom, teachers can click on virtual field trips. You can search, as you can see at the top, but there is a bank of opportunities for you. So for example, if you are interested in gathering some information and meeting with someone regarding the geology of Yellowstone, you would request this session, and then you would you can click on it and look for the guest speakers, and you can find out more information about this. Request this session again. It will offer you an opportunity to input your information. Someone will reach out to you in order to schedule the actual Skype session. So lots of opportunities like that. You can see here, visiting Egyptian Museum in Cairo, the Dead Sea, a museum in Russia. So again, lots of opportunities. And then finally, the last Skype opportunity that I want to share with you is Skype in the Classroom. So if you are interested in having your students Skype with a scientist, for example, you would navigate to the site. this is an opportunity for you if you are a scientist who wants to connect with students from the public around the world. But here is where teachers would go, looking to let your class talk with a scientist for a live Q&A. Skype a scientist will connect you with one. So you'd have to sign up here as a teacher in order to connect with a scientist who shares an interest in or a level of expertise in the topic that you choose. Also, I just want to point out that this Skyping, as well as all of the resources that I shared with you today, those of you who have students who are only at home and learning online, groups and families and individuals can also interact with not only this Skyping with a scientist, but also Skype and education, in addition to all of the other resources that I shared today. So I hope, as I transition back to just some Christmas music here, I hope that this was of great value to you, and I hope that you are able to use some of these resources in the month of December. I know sometimes it can be quite challenging to maintain the interest of our very anxious students during the Christmas and holiday season. So therefore, I'm hoping that you are able to find something in this bank of resources to intrigue your students and maintain their interest, but also engage in them with some meaningful educational experiences. Have a great day and happy holidays to you all.